Longreach so they went up there with the match plan and worked. I think Winton's had a bit of an up and down season. They started well early in the year, they dropped off late in the year. One of the
Chris Lash, Ben Ross, 7.
Looking out onto the paddock now, and we're looking at the Barcaldine Sand Goannas. Gee, I'll tell you what, that's an interesting looking set of gear they've got on tonight. Looks good in the nighttime football though.
Yes, people criticise the actual look at the jerseys, the colours, and the yellow numbers. Aren't too flash to look at night.
Well, letting Matthew Mansfield, 12 onto this Barcaldine.
I think Longreach's better jersey.
This side of the fence.
There goes the whistle. We're on the way for the 2000 Grand Final. Rightio.
And we see kick off down to Longreach. Barcaldine defender the hospital end. It comes down to number 4 for Longreach. As young Ryan Garrity takes a tackle. Good defence early from Barcaldine. They move up here inside the 20 and trying to keep Longreach inside the 20-metre mark. And they're wrapped up in defence here. Crawley and Co. Peter Wyatt. They send it across their back line. Picked up big Jamie Campbell out wide, the big front rower. And takes a good tackle there, about 20 metres out from his own line. Dennis Williams said, give us a there, I'll get us out of here, and he bumps out of 1 or 2. No, sorry, it wasn't Dennis, I apologise, Dennis. I can't pick that player up. And yes, it was him, sorry about that. Anyway, we're back downtown along, he says, 5th tackle, let's get us out of here. They'll push it down to Barcaldine's fullback, and Raymond Scott, very consistent footballer, this lad. Had a great year for the Sand Goannas, and he's met by the Longreach defence, and Jackson and Co wrap him up right in the middle of the field, and John Power said, I'll go down the middle. He loves this dummy half running, this lad. Can smell a try from 50 metres, this lad.
Had a big time in the Calcutta last night too.
He did too, one of the dearest runners in the Calcutta. Unfortunately, we got a knock on in the first scrum of the evening.
The edge of the fences here beside us and in front of the grandstand. The grandstand, plenty of people in there as well.
That's right, a slow build up. We see Longreach now come across the back line here. They win the scrum, try to run over the top of that player there. Young McCracken it is, he's wrapped up ball and all. Longreach player, the fullback there is young Alistair Warren said, I'll go down the middle. There's only Alistair knows, and he's wrapped up there, set upon, held down in the ruck. Referee Hoff says we won't have any of that. And Longreach take the first penalty. Can they drive it deep into Barcaldine territory?
Well,
he finds touch, well. And it's about 10 metres out from the Barcaldine line, the hospital end of the ground.
Pretty important.
Quick tap here. Play goes young Robbie Kempson goes down the middle, a good run too. He takes it right to the try line. Barcaldine there with all the defences, they've got it all to do here. Across the back line, they come up, left an opening, and Jackson's gone through it. I think he scored. Has he? Jacko scored. The referee will have a look. I think Mark Jackson's gone through for the first try. Can't just fight. I think
he still hasn't put his hand up, so we're just waiting to see what the outcome is.
What does he rule? There's been a bit of a blow up, bit of a heated temper, heated reaction there. I think the referee's got it under control. A couple of players spoken to him.
Pushed apart and
stay in the car listening to it.
Okay. How they go?
Those will be shaken loose there. Longreach will be relieved, I'm sure. 6 points to 0, and a start they've got on the board. Great work there by Jackson as he takes the ball and the kick-off again. Mark Jackson, he's a bit of a legend too, this fellow in the Longreach team, been around for many years.
Made of iron and steel.
That's him, mate. Not very big player, but with a great heart. We'll take it in the second row here for Longreach is Dennis Pillen. He's wrapped up there in a good defence. Can't beat that player, I think it was Crawley. Cross Longreach used the big fellow in Campbell, Jamie Campbell down the middle and gains a few metres. He's set upon again by Anthony Speller and Co. Back it comes to Dennis Williams, said I'll show the way, and he spreads it wide. Oh, they've come up with a mistake there, lost it forward. We should see a scrum here go down about 30 metres out from the Longreach line, and the red fellas will have their chance here. Like Longreach 6-0 with 5 minutes gone in the first half.
Oh, come on, pretty good scrum.
Referee's not happy. What's he ruled here? They've collapsed the scrum, not holding into the scrum. Obviously the lock broke out. Johnny Power, the quick tap gives it away. Lex McCracken, who spots an opening down the blind side there. He's tackled about 15 metres out. Longreach here with it all to do. Can they hold the red fellas out this time? Across it comes to Hale at the front row, goes down the middle, a good run to the 10-metre mark, a good run there from the front row. He's set up on by the Longreach defence, Dennis Williams and co. Across from, they use the open side, they spin it wide, cut out pass to Wyatt, Wyatt on the burst, and Peter Wyatt has gone across and scored the first try for the Goannas. A good cut out pass there, a great pass there from the little halfback.
Gee, it would have been hard to
Spin it wide, cut out pass to Wyatt, Wyatt on the burst, and Peter Wyatt has...
Yeah. Here we go.
Across the face.
Ways away.
Conversion from Anthony Spelter.
6-4. Thank you, Matt. The conversion unsuccessful. Doug, we're underway again.
Yes, then we just see a deep kick from Dennis Williams, puts it right back to Scott. Scott gets up now, plays the ball, he's kicked it across the open side, and they work it through. And then a change, I see big Dave Kerrigan warming up on the sideline. He'll be eager to get in the action. And Dan Arthur, I just see he's taking the field, and he rucks it out now. He gets it up towards the halfway line, gets his hands free eye at the McCracken. McCracken's gone without, does he? What's the referee rule there?
Pretty ordinary old pass.
And it looks like a knock-on.
Okay, the scrum taking down, Dougie. We're about to get underway again. We've got the player off the paddock.
Yes, well, actually was Matty Mansfield that was injured. We see Longreach come away with a scrum now through their back line. And Garrity, he ducks under 1 or 2, and he's wrapped up. And a good tackle, put to ground. He'll play it back. He's about 10 metres inside Barkey territory, and Alistair Warren goes for a little jink down the middle. He's set up on by the red defence and driven backwards, and good defence there too.
Pretty solid.
Good solid defence there, and they want to stiffen it up. I see our man David Kerrigan in the middle of the ruck there. He'll stiffen the defence if nothing else. And Jamie Campbell comes down the middle. The big, Robbie Kempson. I'll get that right. And he's had a pretty consistent year, this lad. Young up-and-coming player, Robbie Kempson, the apprentice painter. Mr. Kubel, they call him when he's not in the Thompson colours. He'll play it now. They'll play it out wide, Longreach. They work it back to the centre of the ruck. Back it comes across to Garrity. Picks up his centre partner there. I can't pick that player at the moment. I think it was Ben Ross, it was. He took the tackle. They work it wide. Dennis Williams says, give me a run down the blind side. He likes to run on the blind side. Slips it past Alistair Warren, and he loses his footing. But scrambling defence from the Goannas have kept him out. We're about 10 or 15 metres out. Longreach on the attack. A little chip through. Where's it going to go? Goes to the Barcaldine full-back. Does he get back in the field of play? No, he doesn't. I think Longreach have ground him in gold. And a great set of 6 there for Longreach. I'll be very impressed with that. And we'll see a drop out from under the sticks, which Barcaldine...
To get through there, and as you say, Sooty Williams and Alistair Warren, pretty big double, and they did well to contain them.
They combined on the great kick here. Now it's come down nearly 50 metres on the fly. And Mark Jackson's got it, he's kicked it further his own goal line, but he's got hold of it now, Jacko. He knows where to go, and down the middle he goes now and gains a few more metres. He's put down the big tackle.
Soundly tackled.
Danny Arthur was involved in that tackle, just at the edge of the cricket pitch. Here goes big Jamie Campbell, the big fellow, the big prop for Longreach. He said, I'll take it down the middle like no one else can. And he's set upon by the red defence. They mop him up there. I see, I can't pick that defender for Barcaldine. I think it might be Danny Arthur again. He's heavily involved in the defence. Across it comes now, across the open side. Dennis Williams said, I'll have it wide again. He works on the outside. He's got Alistair Warren with him. Work this out, these two. This looks like a bit of a ploy for the night. Alistair will hang off Dennis Williams all night by the sound of it. They go from dummy half, and Garrity spots an open. He remains probably 10 metres there, and he's pulled down. Ankle tackle. 5th tackle, says referee Hoff. What are they going to do here? Longreach said, we'll try it, and we'll go wide. Dennis Williams got support as he tries to get on the outside. Oh, throws a pass to the winger, and he can't handle it. The young number 2, and Mick Couriers, who just couldn't handle the ball. We'll see a handover, I think we'll see.
Yep.
Being the last tackle, that's the new rule these days. In our days, Vic, we just sort of sat down and said, we'll have a scrum. In the days when hookers were hookers.
When scrums used to get fed in the middle.
That's exactly right, yes. And there we see Barcaldine work away. The first tackle there, I can't pick that player down that end of the ground. It's very hard to pick these Barcaldine players. And away goes Anthony Spello, jinx and wheeze. He's picked up 20 metres there and brought Barcaldine right back towards the halfway line. Set up on by the Longreach defence, they work it wide, back on the inside. Power gets the runner from the inside. Liam Odell, Liam Bulls, and he slips a pass back. Driven backwards there, heavy defence for Longreach. Good pressure there. Back it comes to Kerrigan. David Kerrigan goes down the middle, bumps out of 1 or 2. Driven to ground, the big fella. Back quickly on his feet. Good defence for Longreach anyway. We'll see it go back to Peter Wyatt, said I'll put it downtown, and they've moved Alistair Warren to fullback this time. And he makes no mistake. He's at home, brings it back out of his own 20-metre mark, gains a good 15 metres with the run, and set up on by the chasers in, I think it was McCracken and Peter Wyatt. Anyway, Danny Arthur wraps up the next defender for Longreach. Forgive me, I can't pick up the winger. I think it was young Lashford, Chrissy Lashford. The Longreach will work it through the open side again, and through Mark Jackson. Tried to get his hands free there. He takes a tackle. He's set upon, I think it might be right on the halfway line. They really haven't got out of the half in this set of tackles. Big Jamie Campbell runs wide, links up with his second rower, and Pillen's got the winger outside him. He catches it this time, the number 2, and driven sideways. Oh, great defence. Slips a pass back inside. I can't pick up the player, might have been Garrity. Great defence there. Unfortunately, the winger got a good pass away, and he's taking the ground here. The referee says 5th and last. Longreach on the attack here. Scrambling defence there from the Goannas.
About 10 metres out.
About 10 out from the line. Garrity says, gives it here, I'll put it across town, kicks it straight to McCracken. Young McCracken tries to get out of his in goal. Does he get out in the field of play? He does. Only a couple of metres, and Longreach defence there, try to hold him here. Away from the dummy half goes Scott, the fullback, Raymond Scott. Very wildly built fullback, this lad, but shows a ton of courage. Down the middle goes John Powers, only he knows how, and gains 10 or 15 metres. Very quick off the dummy half mark, that Johnny Power, and big Dave Kerrigan down the middle. Look at him go, the big fella. He's bumped out of 1 or 2 and set up onto the Longreach defence. He draws 3 or 4 of the tackle, and the crowd roars. Vivi Johnson, she's come to life. Vivi's alive now, she's seen Kero run. Anyway, we see Alistair Warren. He's under pressure here. A big chase from Barcaldine, but Alistair gets out of the first tackle. Nice. Danny Arthur picks him up. Alistair, very consistent footballer, probably one of Longreach's best. Across the way goes a little number 2 for Longreach. Mickey Couriers, he's set up on. He's lost the ball. A big crunching one-on-one tackle. He's in trouble too, the young Mick. He'll get to his feet. From dummy half goes Balderson. Liam Balderson, the substitute's on. He's got a power experience too, this young lad. Was one of the best halfbacks in the business before he quit a couple of years ago, but he's been talked back for another year. He's held about 10 metres out. Across they go. Peter White as he tries to run over the top of Jamie Campbell and Dennis Williams and co. But can't get through there. John Power goes from dummy half. Slips a pass side, slips it to no one. And Longreach will come away with it, I think, do they? What's he ruled here? It's gone forward. What do we see here? I can't understand. I think it's a knock
down right on 10 metres out. Only about 5 metres off halfway, and with referee Joe Hoff not happy with it. We're going to see the ball go in again, and second scrum for Doug.
Yes, here we go. Put in, taken away by the halfback for Longreach. Gives it away to Alistair Warren into the movement and driven sideways. Big defence there, and great defence actually. A seesawing game at the moment. Vic from one end of the field to the other. Both sides testing each other out with the defence.
Just a reminder, we're looking at 6 points to 4 in favour of the Goannas at this stage.
Oh no, Vic, sorry.
In favour of the Tigers.
The Tigers are there at the moment. Don't give them any more. No.
I'll get hung as I go back.
Yeah, that's right. Right, yeah, we see the number 9 for Longreach and Rodney Cuff. He takes a tackle now, he runs it out of his 20, gets away, number 6. The number 6 for Longreach has gone straight through him.
Oh, look at him run.
He's cut him apart here. The 5'8" and Garrity. Ben Ross, Ben Ross gets a pass away. And desperate defence here. Oh, touch forward. It'll be back to first. The referee said Longreach with overlap out the wide if they can get it wide. Oh, they're a bit slow in the passing, but I tell you what, they had an overlap there. You could have driven 14 Mack trucks through. Unfortunately, though, the scrambling defence from the Reds. Jamie Campbell said, I'll go down the middle. He gains a few more metres. Set upon by the Red defence there. In Balderson and co. And Odell. Across field I go Longreach. They've got another runner here now. 15. I can't pick up that 15 for Longreach. I think it's Ned Easton. He's been pretty consistent for Longreach too since I've seen him take on the tricolours this year. He's never a slow player, always on the mark. Crossfield I go now for Garrity. He's looking for opening. He's cut through, has he? I think he's going to score. He's got in over the line there. And Garrity, I think, has scored.
There goes the 4 points.
Garrity, another 4 points.
The whistle. So we're looking at a scoreline. We've got it right this time, Doug. 10 points. Thank you very much, Matt. Gee, it's a pleasant evening for Rugby League too. It's just perfect down here in the Barkey Showgrounds. Dougie Gesh, I've got to congratulate the council and everyone else who works on. And there's
Glenn Davies conversion.
Just because the training facilities here in Barkey are just absolutely amazing. What do you think of the grand final so far?
It's been good. I think Longreach having a bit of difficulty getting out of their own half, but once they get into the opposition's half, they tend to throw it wide and they are finding gaps.
There's a lot of passing the ball. Dougie Gesh out on the left earlier in the game.
Yes, I see Dennis Williams there likes to work that side of the field, and he's got Garrity and co and Alistair Warren on his hammer, and they support each other well. There was a good try there by Garrity, who spotted an opening there in the Barcaldine defence. Through a couple of mistakes by the Goannas that actually led to that try. Good running there by the replacement forward that I was just talking about in Ned Easton. And he's just been set upon here now as he tries to run out of his own half. Good defence there. Back it comes now to, oh, it's come off, been charged down, so it's gone back to Dave Kerrigan. He couldn't believe his luck, it landed in his lap. Number 14 it was for Longreach and Richard Turnbull who put the kick through. The referee says, come on Longreach, you're offside. I'll try to give you 10 metres, we'll play 10 metres or nothing. And a penalty go to Barcaldine here, they're about probably 25 metres out.
Well, they're in the same position they scored from that scrum, about the same spot on the field they did it a little while back and got the 4 points.
Well, if you can pick up a mistake, this is the end where you want to be.
Surely.
You want to be down near the opposition's try line.
So they can bring it out to about 7 or 8 metres out from the goal line as they restart. Oh, sorry, 20 metres
20
out
metres
as they restart.
out. As young Danny Arthur goes down the middle.
He's made it 10 now, though.
He's made 10 or 11 metres there. He'll get up and play it. Plays it back to Odell. Odell finds a runner and big Dan O'Donnell. Daniel O'Donnell drives it towards the try line and set up onto the Longreach defence. Dennis Williams and co put him to ground. He'll play it back a few metres out from the line. Horston gets a pass away to the young 5'8". And Justin Goodman it was, who's set up on by Alistair Warren and co up quickly and shut him down. Across it comes to Horston, said I'll get it wide. Cuts out 1 or 2. Picks up Raymond Scott. Tries to adjust on the inside, but good defence there. Jamie Campbell and co across with Garrity. Put him to ground. John Power from dummy half gets to Horston. Horston across to Anthony Speller. Spots an opening and nearly it closes on him again. Fifth and last is the referee. What can Barcaldine do? Can they use this 6 up complete? Across it comes to Johnny Power. Johnny Power says we'll go for a little kick and goal and forces Lashford to play at it. He tries to get out of his own half and he does well. Oh. He gets out in the field to play young Chrissy Lashford.
He did well to get out because there was plenty of chasers coming.
No, I think he's gone to touch. Yeah, sorry, I
gone over the side.
I didn't quite see Emma's flag go up. What's he ruled here? No, that he was thrown into touch. The referee said he's been dragged into touch. Well, I'll call him held. And how you could call him held when he was sliding across the ground, I'll never know.
The Tigers get the restart anyway. They're going to put the big drop kick out as soon as the referee's happy with it. And here we come with the ball back into the field of play.
Yes, and he's kicked it down. It won't find touch.
Oh, gee.
Bad mistake there. Or does it? It does find touch. Well, it was on
a string.
Definitely on a string, that one. One of Shane Warne's leg breaks. Better than one of his leg breaks, actually. It's gone about 50 metres before it spun. And away goes Longreach now. They'll get out of jail here. They've got out of their own 30-metre mark up towards the halfway line. I can't pick the player up. I think it might have been Pullen. Cross now comes to big Ned Easton, who turns around in the tackle. Very awkward sort of player to get hold of. He's quite tall and not the biggest build, but very effective. Away it comes now from Cuff. Gets it out to Dennis Williams, across to Alistair Warren in the back line. He's shut down there by Danny Arthur, who comes across from nowhere and locks him down. He's set up on the halfway line. Longreach still trying to get down the Barcaldine territory. They're coming up with the ball there into the field, but they've got to get back into that Barcaldine territory. And referee says that's tackle 4. Played back now, it comes from Cuff. He uses Ben Ross, gets it out wide to Garrity. Garrity, a little chip and chase here. There's a bit of a jostling for the ball. He's lost it forward. One of the referee rule that he's lost it forward. He'll bring it back.
Okay, the scrum's packed down and we're just waiting for the referee to be happy with it. In goes the ball. And
put in by the halfback it is, takes it away, gets the ball away to young Justin Goodman. Raymond's got the fullback. I can't pick these blokes with their short haircuts. Anyway, Barcaldine will take it away to Spelter. He comes down the middle, gains a few more metres, and they shut him down. And Ned Easton and co it is. Player comes now to Kerrigan. Kerrigan goes down the middle, the big fellow hits it over the halfway line. The crowd roars. They've seen this bloke do this a few times. Away goes Johnny Power. He spots an opening out wide. He cuts across field, looks for support. Looks on the outside. He's got no one. He's driven towards the touch line. Does well to stay in field. Great defence for Longreach there. Referees a lot of leeway there in the tackles, holding down. There's a bit of time being wasted there, but a good kick by Wyatt. Drives across field, and he'll find touch. Finds touch about 15.
Half hour of play.
That's all he's had. Lucky to go. 22 minutes, Vic. I think by the look of the clock there, it's very hard to read, but it's 22 minutes gone. And young Chris Lashford goes down the middle. Probably the smallest player in the West. This young lad, but full of heart. And he's driven backwards here. Good defence by Peter White. Always trying to bring it out there 20, and they do through their centre. And Kevin Farr it is. Farr's been a bit quiet at the moment. Tends to work the blind side of the field. Now we see Jacko jinks around one and set up on a good tackle underneath by Justin Goodman it was. Great defence there. Across it comes Dennis Williams. Goes without, it's gone behind him. What's the referee said? No, it's gone forward. So it's scrum to go down, and Dennis doesn't make too many mistakes. I suppose everyone's fallible.
Got some interesting combinations out there. Dan Arthur and Big Caro and some of the faster guys on the Barky side, and then on the opposite side you've got guys like Dennis Williams and Alistair Warren. And a couple of the other guys you mentioned, Ben Ross having a good game.
Yeah, a lot of experience there, mixed with a good blend of youth. which is what you want your team. You don't want to be losing all your old players in 1 year. And I think that's the way the team survive. You can introduce some of these young players, and Danny Arthur now with the ball tries to bust through the tackle, and Garrity underneath and a good tackle too. Keeps Danny Arthur at bay. Odell goes across there, slips it wide. Out to Scott. Scott gets it out to Power. Power to Peter White. Out to Lex McCracken. Good tackle underneath there. The young Longreach winger and Mick Courier, I think it was. Brackett comes inside now. There's Johnny Power is who's wrapped up. He struggles forward there. He gets a few more metres, but he's set up on about 15 metres out in the Longreach line. Longreach doing well here. They've had a couple of pressure, lots of six tackles down here. Lyle Borson there runs at the line there. Bouncer 1 or 2 still going. Lyle Borson, the legend himself. Held up there by the Longreach defence. Good defence team. And Jacko was underneath.
10 metres out.
Bucket comes now, Power across the open side through to White. White bumps into 1 or 2. He's in for the face. He's got straight through Peter White and scores his second try of the night right beside the face.
Well, he's the captain, I told you.
Had an unfortunate year. Bucket comes now, Power across the open side through to White. White bumps into 1 or 2. He's in for the face. He's got straight through Peter White and scores his second try of the night right beside the face.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you know most of the guys down there.
Yeah,
there you go.
Successful from second rower Anthony Spelter from right in front. The game is live again.
Dennis to restart. Picks out the ball.
After the grand final, you can park the hours of Sunday morning at the Courtship with entertainment by Caroline Banbrick over there at the Pavilion on the north. So if you're looking for something to do, the final has been completed.
Yes, and Dave Kerrigan there takes the ball to kick off and gains 20 metres. The big fella, he's having a power of a game since he's come on the field. He gets the ball back in a wrap around now, move with Liam Balson. Mark Odell, the young hooker. He takes a tackle now. He's about probably 15 metres inside his own territory. But trying to get up towards the halfway line, they give it wide and find young Justin Goodman, the young 5'8", another young player. He's been brought on through the last couple of years, and now they get away to Peter White. Says we'll push it downtown. We don't want to play it now half of the field. This could go dead in goal, which it does. They've had it this way in probably the last 10 or 15 minutes, Vic.
They're soaking up a bit of pressure, and that's of course what the Barcaldine Goannas are aiming for.
The doubles result, the winning combination also 3 and 13. 3 and 14, the first try scores for both the Seagulls and also for Longreach. Home 3 and Railside 13, the winning double.
Yes, so I just see Ned Easton there running out from the 20 and a good 10 metres, 10 or 15 metre gain he's got there. He's set upon with the red defence, comes across to Dennis Williams, the big fella goes down the middle, bumps 1 or 2 out of the road, says get out of my road, slips the pass back, goes to Alistair Warren, I think it might be again. He's hunting off Dennis's shoulder all night, this lad. And if it works well, it's a good move. The 5'8", young Ben Ross, the first mistake he's made in the game, he's knocked it on, and obviously it's come up, Barcaldine's come up with it, so it's the advantage played here. The first tackle here, Spelter takes a tackle. They come wide through Liam Balson. He looks for runners. He's got Danny Arthur out wide. Hit the gap from the inside. Slips a pass back to Liam Balson on the inside. He takes a tackle. He's probably about 30 metres out. Plays across field now to Justin Goodman outside. He's got Garth Corley down the middle of the big front rower. He's had a fairly good year, this lad too. Become the proud dad of a big bouncing boy, about 10 pound he was. They said he should have been straight in the front row from the start. Anyway, we see... I think it's Goodman who tries to gain a few more metres. He gets it inside the 20 metre mark. Longreach defence is equal here. They hold on. Crossfielder goes now. Liam Balson, Lyle Balson jumps back on the inside. Looks for the runners. Fires a pass out the back. Goes to no one. And Barcaldine dive on it. Longreach should have dived on that loose ball. What's he ruled here? 5th tackle there still. There's no advantage played. And the kick there has gone off the Longreach player. It's gone back. Has it been struck? No, still 5th tackle, the referee says. So this time... Peter White says we'll put it across field and Longreach will catch it this time. Garrity says I'll take it. And down the middle he goes. Garrity having a good game and set up on there by the red defence. He's about 22 metres out from his own line. Alistair Warren, dummy half. He'll go down the middle himself, this bloke. Gains a few more valuable metres. Another 10 metres or so and he's set upon by John Power and Co. Back it comes the replacement player and Pillen. Pillen goes down the middle. Gives it in the inside to Cuffett might have been. No, Cuffett dummy half there. Dennis Williams it was. They work the open side through Ben Ross. We'll continue there. And it's Longreach still getting out of their own half here. The defence is equal. Longreach trying it from one side of the field to the other, trying to sake it. They've lost it again. What's he ruled there? It's gone back. Play on to the referee. Fingertip control here, out wide.
Numbers here.
We've got Farry's got no Garrity it is. He cuts back on the inside, kept the ground there, good defence.
Good tackle.
Fit the last of the referee. Longreach still in their own half, trying to get out of here. And young Ben Ross says, I'll kick it down and kicks it straight to Lex McCracken, the winger. Straight in his throat. He's set upon by the Longreach defence. They lift him up and put him to ground. A good ball and all tackle there. He'll play it back now. Back it comes. I can't see the dummy half, but anyway, I think it's Aylett who works it across field. Gains a few more metres and sent to ground. Longreach there with it all to do. They're trying to keep Barcaldine in their own half, and Crawley says, I'll get it out of here. He's set upon by the Longreach defence. Still we keep going there down the inside. He slipped the pass, must have been somehow to Mark O'Dell. The little hooker, he's got into Longreach territory now. He's probably about 30 metres out. They come across field. Barcaldine with a fairly long back line here. John Power, they're all joined in. They're all playing backs at the moment. Off the foot. Referee says play on. Picked up by Danny Arthur, and the Longreach defence is equal to it. Garrity wraps him up across the open side, and away goes Justin Goodman, gains a few more metres, and Dennis Williams says, come here son, I'll put you to ground. You run straight into me.
Good tackle.
Good tackle, this is the referee. Back it goes to Liam Bulls, little kick over the top, he catches Alistair Warren out of position here. Will it go dead? Yes, it's gone dead there. He's flicked back on the inside. That could be a try, could it? It hadn't gone over the line.
We waited there, the Barkey player came out of nowhere and grabbed the ball in the air and threw it back over the line. Another Barkey player came in and tried to score with him. The referee wasn't having any.
Well, I'll watch that on the replay again. The good cuff goes away. A good run by Jamie Campbell. Restart from the 20. And very fortunate, they'll probably look at that again on replay over and over again. But
I think they will. It'll be done in the club tonight.
Unfortunately, though, the referee's the boss in the middle. And young Chrissy Lashford said, I'll try and get us out of the 30-metre mark. He gains a couple of metres and thrown to ground.
12 points to 10 in favour.
12-10 to the Tigers. We've only got about 8 minutes left in this first half, and a very close game, seesawing game, good for the spectators, and I'm sure they've come to life in this second half. Great to see Longreach go across field now through Garrity. He's been very consistent. He finds Warren outside. Warren tries to run round him. He slips a pass. No, he can't get. He slips away. Gets a pass to Garrity on the outside. They use his blindside well. Back on the inside. Oh, taken by Barcaldine in desperation.
Over the line.
And gone into touch. What's he ruled? He's ruled that the ball's travel forward. It's been touch forward, has it? Travel forward. So we'll see a scrum go down.
Who's going to get the feed, Kev?
I'm trying to work out what happened there, mate. I really couldn't be out. It's pretty easy to pick this lad out.
Yes, he does. Stand out a wee bit.
Fills out a jersey pretty well, this lad. Anyway, time on. The referee says we'll have a scrum. And it's come away. Barcaldine's come away with it.
Looks like a rugby union scrum.
And it's they twisted and turned, but young Raymond Scott tries to get one around or two. He bumps out of one or two. Still going. The young fullback still going. Very elusive, this lad. He's still going. He's got support outside. Picks up Mark O'Dell. He runs across to pick up his winger. He'll take the tackle. Good defence for Longreach there. That stretches him to the sideline. And the crowds come to life here. Jamie Campbell was who wrapped him up. Danny Arthur goes down the middle. The big fella tries to run over one or two, and he's set upon by the defence. Gets a pass away at the back. Still across the back line. Barcaldine goes through Lyle balls and tries to run over the top of one or two. He gets inside the 20-metre mark. Has he lost the ball forward? He's lost it forward in the tackle, so we'll see a scrum go down. About 15 metres out with about probably 7 minutes to go in this, 6 minutes probably in the first half.
A lot of pressure off the Tigers there. They had it all to do in defence. The Goannas on a real roll, but just that little error. Must be a little bit of moisture out there, Doug. We've seen a few handling errors.
Yeah, well, the temperatures dropped a fair bit, considering this afternoon it was up in the high 30s, mid-30s. For the kids it was quite warm. It's dropped off now, and I think you will find some dew on the grass. Could make it a bit slippery underfoot as the night wears on. 24 degrees, thank you. And it's quite warm in the middle here as the Thompson Tigers try to go down the middle here for the centre. In Kevy Farr it is, who's wrapped up by Mick Hansen and crew. Away comes from Cuff across the open side. He works with Ben Ross back on the inside to Kevy, to Jacko, and Jacko says, I'll slip the pass on the inside to Dennis Williams. Barcaldine's defence is equal. They move it across through Jamie Campbell out wide. He looks for the ball, tries to unload. He'll take the tackle there, he's held. Fit the last is the referee. Longreach still in their own half here. What they do now, they'll drive it downtown, will they? They've caught the winger out of position there. He comes across there, and Raymond's got the fullbacks in position there. Cuts on the inside there, stays in the field of play. And Longreach have got Barcaldine down this end of the field. This is probably where they want to have them. They want to keep them at this position there around the half-time mark.
Something pretty serious has happened. Darryl O'Donnell's come out on the steps of the Grotchy pit.
Yes, he's probably smelt the liniment, this fella. Oh, and across field it goes from Barcaldine. They've lost the ball.
Forward.
And forward, lost it forward. I think it was Johnny Power. Pretty awkward.
Not Q-Build again.
No, Q-Build, they'll handle anything. Now it comes there, Longreach take it away through Alistair Warren. Jinks out of one or two, and he's driven sideways. Solid defence there. Danny Arthur out of the scrum real quick there, the lock forward. They work it through the centre of the field. The halfback Ben Ross gets it across now out to Jackson. Jackson across to Garrity. Garrity out wide, picks up Kevy Farr, goes for the corner. He's got around 1 or 2, slips the pass on the inside as he's gone forward and lost it. Good support on the inside too, but unfortunately we've got a bit of drops here at the moment. Bit scrappy, but very entertaining, and still they throw the ball from one side or the other. But
only 2 points the difference after nearly 40 minutes of football. I mean, that is what grand final football's all about. It'd be pretty ordinary if we were sort of 40 or 50 points apart at the moment, wouldn't it?
That's right, Vic. Like you say, through the year, you can be in front of sides by 30 or 40 points, but come a grand final, it turns things around. We saw today where Redcliffe, after being severely beaten in the major semi in Brisbane, turned it around and came back and knocked Toowoomba out of the grand final.
There you go. And we got Barkey back in possession, trying to fight it back with about 4 minutes on the clock.
Yes, I think Daryl's probably coming to see how young Dan's running at the moment. His young fella's just run up the middle. He's set up on with the longest defence. And out comes to Lyle Balls, and down the middle he goes, takes the tackle. He's about 30 metres out from his own line. They work to get up David Kerrigan down the middle. He'll go down the middle as he only knows how. Set up on with the longest defence. Good defence underneath there from Ben Ross and co. Across now it comes to Peter White. Says we're not going to play it now half. We'll kick it down to Alistair Warren. And he's got his support here now. And the number 2 for Longreach is Mick Couriers. He runs across field and is driven sideways. Good defence. And Mike Hanson and co. Anthony Speller it was. And they hold him here. And good little run there from young Lashford. It is Chrissy Lashford. Gains a few more metres for Longreach as the clock winds down to the stroke of half time. Dennis Williams says, I'll run the blind again. He's done this all night. Whether Barcaldine will wake up to the fact that he uses this side of the field pretty well.
Jeez, he's hard to stop, isn't he?
He loves that side. I think he's a crowd player, mate. He loves to run to the crowd. Jamie Campbell goes down the middle, the big fella, the big prop, and set up on by the Barcaldine defence.
So the ball almost on the ground there, no? He
hangs on it, cuff, gets it away now to the halfback. And it's, I've been calling the halfback as Ben Ross, but it's Glenn Davies who puts it across field there, and a good kick too. It goes to John Power, I think, who picks it up. He takes the tackle. He's picked it up there just inside Barcaldine territory. Lex McCracken comes away from dummy half and runs to the centre of the field. Set up on by the Longreach defence, and they throw him to ground. Number 17 for Longreach is Brett Robson. They work across field now. Danny Arthur comes down the middle, the big second row lock forward. Takes the tackle there. He's inside Longreach territory. They work it across the open side towards the crowd of the grandstand. Big Dan O'Donnell bumps out of 1 or 2 there and knocks the 5'8" and Ben Ross out of the road. Takes the tackle. Good defence there. Jackson, it is, Cufford is underneath as well. Liam Balderson goes down the middle, makes it break. He's got support the inside. He's got Speller. Speller passes out to Wyatt again. And Peter Wyatt goes in to score his 3rd try. Oh, what a great passage of play there. And good work there from you.
Well, his nickname's Captain Courageous. 3 tries. Number 3, the skipper.
Matt, we're just waiting for them to attempt the conversion. We've got a scoreline of 14-12 in favour of the Goannas, and the flags are up. We've got another 2 points. So as we go to the half-time break, Dougie, guess 16-12. That'll make
the conversion successful for
yeah, I think they'd like to take that lead into half-time, but still a very entertaining game, and Longreach out of the on the Slim's new ones, huh?
Yeah, off the new album. Mate, we're back underway whenever you're ready.
Come on.
How about 16-12?
Yeah.
You've done well, Matt Stevens, and we're back underway again, and plenty of action at half-time. Dougie, yes, we're back into it, so we better get on with the call.
Right, 16-12, and Longreach have kicked off deep into Barcaldine territory. Barcaldine now trying to bring it out in their own half. Through Ale at the front rower. They've used up a couple of tackles already. And back it comes from Mark Odell across field. Now he goes. He picks up Justin Goodman outside to Johnny Power. It is who's been moved to the centres. He's taken the ground. They're working through the inside now. Comes at Justin Goodman, who gains a few more metres, but he's wrapped up ball and all. Good defence from Longreach. Fifth and last as a referee. Right across field. And Peter White says, "I'll play it downtown here." He drives it down towards young Chrissy Lashford's wing. It is. I just can't pick it up. Not Chrissy Lashford, sorry. Mick Couriers it is. He's set up on there. He's about 25 metres out from his own line. Probably 30 metres out. I can't really tell from this angle. Longreach bring it through the centre of the ruck. Through Alistair Warren. They're working across field now. Kevy Farr was sorry. Back now it comes to the big long fellow for Longreach and Nettie Easton. Oh, slips it back to Barcaldine. Oh, it was a bad move there. He obviously heard a call. They're not looking to see where the ball was going. He slipped it to Barcaldine, so a bit of relief there. They bring it way now. They're in their own half. Barcaldine, they go the halfway. The referee says Longreach are offside. Well, a penalty against Longreach inside the 10 metres. And they'll have a chance here to put pressure back on the Tigers. And he finds touch Peter Wyatt about 30 metres out.
Be very quick to take advantage of these situations and get things moving their way.
Yep, you've got to keep that ball rolling. There's no stoppages in their attack. Both teams, I think Longreach are guilty of it too, love to play the ball fast. Crossfield, they go, they work with support through Aylett down the middle. Mick Aylett, he's only about, it'd have to be 10 metres out, 12 metres out. I think he's 10 metres out from the line. He plays it back now. Crossfield, they go Barcaldine. They work it right across field. Oh, they're gone without it. And one of the centres had been bowled over without the ball. And can't pick that player for Barcaldine.
Longreach come up with it.
Yeah, Longreach had the ball. They work it out their own 20. And a good run there. And Jacko said, I'll go down the middle. There's only he knows how. He's set upon by the defence there in the middle of the field. Paulie and Co. Back it comes the big fellow, big young Kemper, I think it was Robbie Kempson, said I'll go down the middle. He loves his hard stuff down the middle, this lad. I didn't see much in that first half after about the first 20 minutes, so whether he had an injury problem, they sort of lacked his drive through the centre too. He could be carrying an injury. They tell me he had a blinder up there in Winton last week. They work it across the open side, long way through Jackson. Jackson out wide still. Finds Garrity, the defence closes on him. And held there. Longreach still inside their own territory. Probably 10 or 15 metres inside their own half. Away it comes from Dennis Williams. He goes down the blind side. Tries to gains 3 or 4 metres, probably 5 metres there. He's tackled. Slips it back on the inside. Longreach still inside their own half. Then they drive it downtown this time to Barcaldine. We've got chasers here and they let the ball bounce. And Peter White says, I'll take it on one side. He stood there like stunned mullet there for a while and said, who's going to get this ball? But he said, I'll fall upon it here. And takes it. He's about 30 metres out from his own line. Away it comes now to Scott, the young dashing fullback, who's thrown to the ground there, and good defence from Jamie Campbell and Co. He quickly up and plays it forward. Plays it back, I should say, and comes to big Garth Crawley, the other front row for Barcaldine. Better known as Stick in the business. He'll play it back now. Back it comes from for Barcaldine through Power, I think it is. Still going, Quacker's been rolled over, he bounces back out of the tackle, the big fellow, spins out another one, still going. No, they can't exterminate this fellow, they're trying to put him to ground.
Got a Longreach player down in back play, just can't work out who it is yet.
Yeah, they're signaling to the referee for the time stoppage, but a little kick through there, picked up by Barcaldine, thrown backwards to no one, picked up on the half line, thrown to ground too by the Longreach defence. Now they drive him sideways, desperate defence there for Longreach. Fifth and last is the referee, what are they going to do, Barcaldine? They've got fellows at 6s and 7s here, no one on the blind side. Slip it out the outside there, I can't do it, chasing a kick through. Race for the ball with the try line, but I think it's gone dead. And it's gone dead, it'll come back out to the 20, but we've got an injured player here for Longreach. Back there about 10 in.
What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I don't know whether Longreach are getting out as much. I wouldn't like to see Barcaldine score first in this half. That could prove very costly for the Longreach side, but still very even in attack. Longreach are getting out of their half a lot quicker this half, so whether that was set at half time I don't know, but still very even. But if Barcaldine score first, it could prove very costly.
Indeed, back to the call, Dougie.
Yeah, right, and we see Longreach come down the centre of the field. Thanks, Mick and Kev. Jacko it is who runs down the middle here, gains a few more metres, and Arthur flies from nowhere, tries to take Jacko out, but he's missed him. He's still going, Jacko. Very elusive footballer. Wrapped up by Justin Goodman. He plays it back now. He comes across field. Dennis Williams lurks wide, picks up a run on the inside. Kevy Farr, I think it might be. I can't pick that player. Player, but I might have been Cuff. It is back on the outside. They go down, kick downfield. They're following it through. They chase the ball to the end and taking the ground, the in goal area. Barcaldine grounded in goal. So we'll see a drop out from under the posts. An injured player there for Longreach. I didn't quite pick the bloke who came off the field. They've actually carried him off the field under the arms, and whether he can return, I'm not sure. But he was replaced by Tony Graveson, who's come on to replace him.
Both sides have got a pretty fair sort of a bench to work with tonight, which is good for both teams, obviously.
A lot of experience there too in both benches.
Yeah.
I see Sandy Green's name there, Brett Robson. Longreach actually named 18 players, so they'll be a bit careful to make their interchanges. They don't slip on the wrong player. Could prove very costly. They use an extra interchange. Anyway, the rules these days, you can have as many players you like on the bench, but you're only allowed to make the 17 players on the field. Anyway, Longreach bring it towards the try line. Good run there by Jamie Campbell. He's wrapped up on the 20-metre mark. Longreach bring it back towards the try line there. They throw it across field. out wide. They try to run it. They've got Dennis Williams running wide. He's got support too. He's found an opening there for Garrity. It is. He's been very consistent for Longreach, this bloke. Probably Longreach's best player on the field at the moment.
5 metres out.
From dummy half, he tries to bar through. He's going to get through there, will he? No, he can't get the ball in. He's driven back in the field of play.
Physically got over the line, but there was no way he was going to get it down.
No, Jackson from a dummy half. He goes to the big fella, big Robbie Kempson, said, I'll go down the middle, and he can't get through there. Fifth and last is the referee. They watched the dummy half like a hawk, they said. Cuffy said, I'll kick it through and try and get it back. He kicks it to no one, gets it back to Liam Balls, and Liam tries to get out there. He still gets out of the little half back on now. He did that, and still he goes. He's having a blind to this bloke. How he got out in the field of play, I'll never know. He stepped through 6 players there. Very, very good effort there from the replacement player for Barcaldine, Liam Balson, very experienced footballer.
Very determined.
Danny Arthur said, I'll take a bit of the hard stuff here, and he's driven sideways. Good defence there for Longreach. They drive Wolfie Arthur sideways, and Kevy Farr it is, and big Jamie Campbell it is too. And Kevy Farr throws the next player to the ground. Longreach there working at 6 and 7s. They're trying to force an area of the Red Blokes. Johnny Power said, I'll get us out of here, and goes down the middle. Bounce out of 1 or 2. Power still going. A good run by Johnny Power. Gets about 25 metres out from his own line. Good defence of Longreach there, still keeping Barcaldine pinned in their own half. And away goes Speller from the first pass of the ruck. He knocks through 1 or 2. Longreach on the back foot here with their defence there, trying to hold Barcaldine in this area. Kick downtown it goes from Peter Wyatt. Drives it down towards the winger for Longreach, who is Mick Couriers, who picked it up, comes back on the infield. And the ball actually is turned away from Alistair Warren. But they take the tackle there. They're probably about 20 metres out from their own line. I can't really tell from this end of the field. It looks to be about 20 metres out of Levick.
Yeah.
And we see Longreach settle the ball in the centre of the ruck. Jacko goes down the middle. Mark Jackson had a good year for Longreach too, been probably one of their most consistent players the last couple of years. Always thereabouts. He takes a tackle, he plays it back now. I can't pick that player for Longreach. Could be Graveson, I think it is. He takes a tackle, cuff a dummy half, fires a pass away. Gets it down to Davies, half-back said we'll boot it down time. Ben Ross it was, and drives it down towards Lexi McCracken. Good kick from Ross. And McCracken says I'll go wide, runs it towards Ross, takes a tackle there, and thrown it around. Good defence there by Kevy Farr. How will Longreach there? Can they hold it down this end of the field? This is where they want to keep him. And Raymond Scott goes, gets up, still goes there, hasn't been held, and someone's been taken down in the tackle. Number 18 come off second best. He's listed here as Sandy Green, 18, but whether it is him, I'm not real sure. He's in a bit of trouble here at the moment. It hasn't moved since attempting that tackle on Raymond Scott. And Goodman down the middle goes Johnny Power. Loves the run, slips a pass back on the inside. How he got that pass away? Peter White puts it on the toe. Has he lost it forward? I think he has. Play on, says the referee. Plays advantage there. And Longreach come away with it. And the referees come on here. We've got a touch judge's report here. What's happened here? Obviously found something in the tackle there. Someone's got a bit over vigorous.
And I think it might be in back play here. Dougie's in Disneyland at the present time. I saw the trainer try and move him, but they're really worried about him at the present moment.
I think
there'll be nothing in it. I mean, good rugby league, but he came out second best, the tackler. Referee coming back, Dougie Guest coming back to have a little bit of a look at it. Well, we've seen everything so far, and thanks to Woody's Menswear and a host of other sponsors. Matthew, you might run through them if you would be so kind. Matt, can I just put you on the spot and ask you how much the Speedy CD is going to be worth on Monday morning? A stack of money, I would think. Oh, wow. That's a good amount of money. You're not going to give us a clue tonight, are you, in the football? Yeah, well, thank you very much. Yeah. It's not an instrumental. It's a song.
It's not.
Can I buy a vowel, Matt?
It's not open a tinny.
No.
Their own territory, trying to find touch.
Time
on the eastern side of the ground.
So we see a pretty big kick and gets over halfway, roughly halfway.
Gains 20 odd metres at least on the fly. Probably 30 metres there. So Longreach right around the halfway line. Dennis Williams says, give it to me here, I'll show you how. He slips a pass out wide. Another pass out wide.
Oh, look at that break
here. Out, tries to scatter it in the outside there, Grayson. Tries to get through there, the centre of the ruck there, and it shuts on him. Robson there, sorry. He takes the tackle, plays it back quickly. Gets it back near to Ross. Ross has got runners. And picks up, I can't pick that player for Longreach. The headgear and the numbers are on their backs, and shoulders are very hard to pick up either players. I think it was the number 11, the second rower. Dennis Pillen it was. Back it comes Pillen again, there's the ball. And they play it Longreach held now about 30 metres, 35 metres out from the Longreach Barcaldine line. Longreach will be desperate for a try here, runs across field here. Young Ross shows the ball, but unfortunately slips over. Bit of the due taking effect. Jacko says, give it to me here, I'll go down the middle. As only he knows. He finds a gap. There's Garrett. He's got Garrett in front of him. Tries to run over the top of the fullback. Well, the old kick and chase could have done well there. Dennis Williams at dummy half. He'll probably go on his own. I'll back that in. No, he slips it out wide. Alistair Kev far out wide out to Jacko. Oh, the ball's gone across field. And Longreach has scored out wide.
Over in the corner.
Longreach has scored out wide. A quick succession of ball skills there. They've thrown it out wide and 11.
Here it comes.
Looks all right.
Yeah, tell you what, they've done it.
He's got it.
Matic, when you're ready, Matic. Tigers are back in front. Phones again, and
something stopped.
I think we've sort of lost him temporarily, but as you say, Matt, the conversion successful, and we're about to get underway again for another stanza.
Rightio, in the restart, Longreach hit the front 18-16, has opened this game up again, and 12 minutes gone in the second half. Through the centre of the ruck, and some big hits there. Justin Goodman and co. Try to wrap up young Robbie Kempson it was, and Longreach full of run at the moment. They come down the centre. They might catch Barcaldine unawares here. Nothing like a bit of possession. Does wonders for the attack. Crossfield, Garrity, Ben Ross it is who kicks it downtown. This looks like the order of the day, similar to what Barcaldine were doing in the first half. And he's found touch about
nice kick.
10 metres out.
Jeez, big kick.
10 metres out, and we'll see a scrum go down. And he wasn't a 40. No. I thought it might have been a 40-20, but unfortunately it must have been just outside that. Kevy Farr were involved. Good quick hands, saw Longreach going out wide.
Well, it's come out Barcaldine's way. They're on the attack again.
Yes, and away goes Justin Goodman. He's wrapped up by Jackson and co. And Longreach slide across here with their defence. Down it comes here to Peter Wyatt, who tries to get out of his own 20, and he's held in a good tackle there from Longreach. So they try to drive him backwards. Play goes John Power from dummy half and gains a couple of metres, and Jacko wrestles into the ground, the little Jackson. Mark Jackson, very consistent footballer, as I say. It comes to Anthony Speller down the middle he goes, and he's wrapped up ball and all. Good defence there by Ned Easton and co. From dummy half, Powers gives it here and he gets it across field there. It goes to Lyle Balls and his runs a bit wide.
Pretty ordinary, I'll play the ball there.
Tries to straighten the ruck there. Jamie Campbell said, what are you doing, Lyle? Play the football, let's carry on. And Johnny Powers says, I'll put it downtown, a good kick too. He drives Alistair Warren back into his own half, back into his own goal line with the assistance of Lashford. And a good chase there as Barcaldine come down and Warren goes through. Lost the ball. Oh, and a critical miss there. He come up with it. Oh, now Barcaldine lose it. What's he going to rule here now? It's a double knock on. Will he play? I suppose he'd have to scrum feed the Barcaldine.
Out it comes.
Taken by Power, it is from the base of the scrum. Cuts it out. Oh, it's gone to Longreach. Lashford comes out with it. And one of the Barcaldine players went without the ball. Peter Wyatt it was. Peter Wyatt going for his fourth try. And he didn't come up with the ball.
Big save from Longreach.
Yeah, Longreach breathed a sigh of relief and the crowd goes wild. They've come to life down that end of the field there. A lot of Longreach supporters down that southern end of the ground, the hospital end of the ground. And they revved their team up there, and Jackson and co try to go across field. Comes to Jamie Campbell. He tries to go down the middle of the ruck. He's set up on, driven to ground. Longreach about 20 odd metres out from their own line. Tackle comes now, throw it on to Ned Easton. He's having a good game too. This bloke's been in the action, involved himself well. As I said, only a new player to Longreach in their side, and he's acquitted himself pretty well. Play goes from Jackson from dummy half. He loves that skirt from dummy half. Oh, he's lost the ball. He's lost the ball in the tackle. And Justin Goodman, I think it is, has come up with it. And a good ball, little tackle there. Bit of fortune favours the brave there. Put your head on the line there, and the ball's come his way. Liam Borson from dummy half, the little relief halfback. Comes off the bench this far and is an impact player and does pretty well.
The chant goes up from the crowd, Barky.
The Goannas have been moved along by support here at the moment. There's some concern with this injured player who brought the ambulance into the proceedings. That was injured earlier on, I think it was Sandy Green, listed as that Sandy Green. And big Daniel O'Donnell makes a break on their blind side there. Still they go along, Barcaldine and Longreach there in the desperation with their defence. They throw it wide across to John Power. He links out wide there, he finds support. He's got young Mickey Hand. Oh, he's cut through him, has he? He's got held by the jersey and he just cut as he scored. I think he might have scored. He might have reached out and scored.
There goes the 4 points.
And another 4-pointer.
So they've got a scoreline of...
He links out wide there, he finds support. He's got young Mickey Hand. Oh, he's cut through him, has he? He's got held by the jersey and he just cut as he scored. I think he might have scored. He might have reached out and scored.
There goes the 4 points.
And another 4-pointer.
So they've got a scoreline, and the Goannas going over about 10 metres in from the sideline. So making the conversion a pretty long distance affair. But we saw the last conversion successful. Maybe this one's going to go the same way. 2 points the difference at the present time. This could be 4 points. We're just watching the touch judges waving it away. So we see a scoreline with the Goannas just 2 points in front, 20-18 the Goannas.
One of the best games probably seen in the West, and this wouldn't be too far behind it.
It's a good game, there's no doubt about it. Just a couple of points in it.
And the restart here is driven downtown. A good kick too. Crossfield it goes. Picked up by Mick Hansen, who brings it back in the centre of the field. Ducks under 1 or 2, still going. Gets about 15 metres out from his own line. He's set up on the Longreach defence. They want to quick play the ball here. Johnny Powers just gives it there. He gives to Dave Kerrigan. Bumps out of 1 or 2. The big fella gets out of his own 20. He gets it 25 metres out from his own line. Good tackle there. Dennis Williams and Co put him to ground. Away goes Liam Borson again. A good driving tackle. Underneath was Dennis Williams and Co again. He involves himself out. Dennis. He gets really heavily involved and leads the way too as the captain coach he is. Danny Arthur there spins in the tackle and slips a pass out. I can't pick that player up. But Longreach hold Barcaldine in their territory. Peter White, I think it was. Play goes Johnny Power, finds Anthony Spelter. And he gets it up towards the halfway line, takes the tackle. Fifth tackle, says the referee. Johnny Power says, gives it here. We'll put a little chip in again. And they'll be having nightmares down the back there. Alistair Warren.
Hard to follow.
Poor old Ellis's eyes. He's muffed it in the in goal, has he? No, he's got away. He's done well. Will he get out in the field of play? Oh, he does very well, I think. I think he's been held. No, he's got in the field of play. Does well, Alistair Warren.
So hard to see from here, but he must have only got in by
He certainly did. He's Longreach right back on their own line. Desperation here. Can they get away from their own line here? I can't pick up the players, but Longreach, like I said, are throwing the ball to definite ball runners to get them some field position here. And slips over in the tackle in. The red defence is equal. They still keep them about 15 metres out. Down the southern end of the field is Longreach trying to work it away from their own try line. Give it to big Ned Easton. Been very consistent, this player. Longreach with a couple injury worries as a young lad just taken away, young Sandy Green, I believe. No,
he's back on his feet, actually. They've taken the ambulance away, so
he's okay. That's good to see that he's back in action.
Still looking a bit shaggy, but he's back on his feet and looking good.
Was some concern for him there for a good while. Anyway, we see Garrity who puts it downtown. Drives a kick in the middle of the field, splits the fullback and the winger, and back goes Raymond Scott to regather. He picks it up about 30 metres out from his own line, tries to run around 1 or 2, jinks under another one, and set upon by Garrity, who's been heavily involved. Young Garrity's had a good game. Back it comes down to Mick Hansen from dummy half. Used to play hooker, this lad, and they've shot him onto the wing. And it doesn't look too good when you go from a hooker to a winger. Usually they're looking for you on the bench next, but he's made all ends a winner and having a good year too. Mick Hansen. Garth Crawley down the middle gains a few more metres. Set upon by Graveson and Co and young Kempson. Down it comes now. Lexi McCracken out wide, skirts round 1 or 2, ducks under eye one, beats the tackle of Kevy Farr. Still going, and Farr comes again and wraps him up, ball and all. Over the top then, slows his progress. Good tackle by Lashford underneath too. And Lex McCracken will play it back. Out wide we go, through the centre of the ruck, and Kerrigan goes down the middle. Solid run there for the big fella. Straightens the attack. And Longreach with it all to do their defence to Hull. Across wide they go through Liam Borson out wide. Jinks back inside, spots an open in the middle. Very elusive player, this fella. Still through, nearly gets his hand free. Takes a tackle. Fifth and last is the referee. They're about 10 metres out from their own line. Longreach. Barcaldine out from Longreach's line. They attack now. Little chip through. Oh, it's bouncing off. Good bounce over the top. How unlucky could the winger be? They talk about the bounce of the football. Young Lashy it was, I think. Young Lashford there. The ball's just bounced over the top of his outstretched hands and landed straight into the winger here for Barcaldine. I think it might have been Raymond Scott again.
And what are we, just about 25 gone in this half?
It is 25 minutes gone in the second half. And Dennis will drop it downfield here. Deep kick to straight to fullback, and Scott who picks up Aylett. Down the middle goes Aylett. Big fella bumps it up towards the 20-metre line. He's set up on there by Ned Easton and Cuff and Co. They wrap him up. Away goes the dummy half, and Wyatt's looking a few more metres, gets another 10 or 12 metres down the centre of the field. Gives his forwards a blow. Anyway, yes, a great try out wide, and how unlucky was young Lashford there. Yeah. The ball bounced just centimetres over his fingers, like that football shape. It's an odd shape, and it can go in any direction.
He certainly went up for it, but just
very unlucky.
Any control of it.
As Barcaldine working down the centre of the field, look at Justin Goodman outside there. He's picked up Mark O'Dell. Lyle Borson, who bumps under 1 or 2 there, and set upon. He's in Longreach territory now. Got the fourth tackle to be. Across the open side they come. They work a wrap around. Out there it goes to Justin Goodman there spots an opening, but closes as quick as he thinks he's through it. And Garrity and Kevy Farr it is, I think. He'd wrap him up. Fast tackles to the referee. What'll Barcaldine do here? They've tried the little kick and chase the last few times. It might be on again here. Slips it on the inside and goes to no one. Picked up by Longreach. Play on, says the referee. And Alistair Warren is, I think, it comes away with it. He's wrapped up there, probably 10 or 15 metres out from his own line. So Longreach still with it all to do. They want some go forward here down the middle, and Kempson said, I'll go down the middle. As only I know is Robbie Kempson has a good game here. He'll play it back there. Gets it across field to Garrity. He's been a bit quiet in the second half so far, but then I say Longreach haven't had a lot of the ball down this end of the field. It's all been the other end of play. And they had their one opportunity here early and scored. The referee's blown it up here. I can't understand what's happening.
6 points the difference, and game has pulled up just a few metres on the Longreach side of halfway.
Obviously that ball's gone forward. I think he's given a scrum feed here to Barcaldine. We can't see from this angle, but we'll give you that opinion that it's gone forward and the scrum will go down. Barcaldine, Longreach defending the hospital end of the ground. Barcaldine down on the northern end clubhouse end of the ground. Put in there by Balderson. He takes it away. Liam Balderson gets it out wide to Goodman. Goodman with the cut-out pass, picks up Raymond Scott. He's been involved heavily in the second half. Raymond Scott flips a pass to McCracken. McCracken with nowhere to go. Comes back on the inside of the Longreach defence, meet him there and drive him to ground. I can't pick these tackles up there for Longreach. Unfortunately, they're facing this way. Oh, and he's gone without a Goodman. And a relief there for Longreach.
Forward.
Through the centre of the ruck, and it'll be interesting to see if Barcaldine will awake to it. I've seen him do this many times, and it'll be interesting to see what happens down the centre of the ruck. And blokes like Mark Jackson are very adept to making ground down the middle. Garrity and co, and as we speak, Davies just goes down the middle. I think it's Davies who's taking the ground, or Ben Ross it is, sorry. He's been heavily involved, this young player. Cufford is at dummy after hooker. Slips it away to the big Ned Easton. Gains a few more metres, looks for a pass inside. Throws one out the back, and I think Barcaldine might have come up with it.
Dangerous stuff.
Obviously there's a call on the inside, but he wants support, and he can't do that if it's all red jerseys. And young Liam Balderson goes down the middle again. And relief there for Barcaldine. They've weathered the storm. What's he rule? The young player slow to get to his ground. Balderson goes down the middle again. And relief there for Barcaldine. They've weathered the storm. What's he rule? The young player slow to get to his ground. Says you're too slow. Penalty to Barcaldine. Longreach try to slow the ball down. Bit of an experience there, and probably from a couple of younger players, but I mean, it's a learning thing. You learn by these mistakes. And unfortunately in games like this it can be very costly. What'll Barcaldine do? Use up some time here and have a shot at goal. He's actually called out Dennis Williams here, the Longreach captain, and told him I want no one holding down the tackle. And penalty goes to Barcaldine. Dennis says, okay, sir, I'll get on with it. And Justin Goodman is here, finds touch and a good kick too. He's taken play down about 10 or 15 metres out from the Longreach line. And on the attack go the Goannas. And the Tigers keep them at bay here. Away goes big Quacker Island down the middle. He's set up on there by Williams and co. And underneath Cuff, he's done a mighty bit of a tackling too, this young Cuff. Crossfield they go there. I can't pick that player up. There's Garth Crawley who heads for the post here. He's driven back in good defence from Longreach. He slips the pass away at the back. How'd he get out of there? I'll never know. He slipped the pass out. I can't pick the Barcaldine player. And he's wrapped up about 2 or 3 metres out. Barcaldine working across the open side through wide. Back on the inside it goes to nobody. Oh, it's gone out the back door. And Longreach have driven Barcaldine back. And Raymond Scott it is, I think he's regathered the ball. Down the middle he goes. Still going. Oh, desperate defence from Longreach. Well, they had their chance, Longreach, to push Barcaldine back a good 20 metres, but they lost the advantage there. Barcaldine still with it. Referee says, play on. Crossfield it goes to Arthur. Slips the pass out the back to the winger.
Oh,
he slips over. The Barcaldine player only had to stay on his feet. It was young Mickey Hansen. Longreach desperate defence there. Bring him to ground. Still metres out. Go on your own, they say. The crowd's bellowing out. And fifth and last is the referee. Longreach, Barcaldine the crossfield. Little grubber kick on the inside into the in-goal area, and Longreach kick it dead. Well, great work there from Garrity. It could have been desperation.
Longreach had no option there, Doug. It was either that or stand the chance of losing the 4 points, and in that position on the field 6 points. So they really had little option but to kick it dead, which of course is going to put the pressure back on them again. The right option too in that situation. Probably a level head there from Alistair Warren and co. I just couldn't pick. It might have been Garrity too. And very good work there. They've got to drop out from their post, but I mean they saved a certain scoring opportunity. Tactic. Kicked it off to the side. And now knocked on from the they've knocked it. Barcaldine's knocked it on from the drop out. So we'll see another scrum go down. So Longreach, and I think it was Anthony Speller, who's probably hasn't had one of his most active games.
He's made a mistake there.
Might be kicking himself at the moment, Kev, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. Ideal opportunity to maybe put it beyond doubt. I don't know about that, but Longreach really haven't had too many attacking opportunities towards their goal line in this half.
Well, here they come now.
And what Kevy Farr it is, he drives it sideways and ducks into 1 or 2 and put the ground. He's caught right in the halfway line. Run into the young Lashford. There's Chrissy Lashford. He loves to get involved in the middle of the ruck. One of the pound-for-pound players in the West, this young lad. He's represented many of the towns too. Unbeknownst to a lot of people, he's played for Ilfracombe, Aramac and Longreach in the all grades of football. The Longreach working across their back line through Garrity, and they straighten the ruck. Dennis Williams at dummy half says, "Where's me runners?" He's looked on the inside, he's found support. And Mark Jackson it is, who gains another 5 or 10 metres down the middle.
Longreach's best field
Best
position
chance
so
they've
far.
had for a long time in this half. They run it wide, out wide. Oh, intercepted there by Crawley. And away goes big Crawley. Crawley's cut on the pace. Will he have the legs? He has got big legs, but will he have the pace? They cut him down from behind in desperation there. A great tackle there from Alistair Warren. Great defence. Oh, sorry, I'll take that back. It might have been Kevy Farr. Across field they go, and Raymond Scott runs it wide. Will he run out of ground? He's still going. He ducks out of the inside. He'll run away, Raymond Scott, and put it down behind the post. Oh, well, that could have driven a nail in there at the moment. And old ex-front rower himself.
Yeah. He'd be your biggest supporter, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't miss too many games.
No.
Oh, he's kicked it. It's got the post.
Okay. Successful. Well, we've just seen it go up to 30, Matt. 30 to 18 in fact.
Into the field and put some more pressure on them. Wouldn't ride any side out. Anyone can score 2 tries in a number of minutes. And restart there, taken by John Power, who picks up Danny Arthur on the inside. He runs it up towards his own 20. And Dennis Williams sets himself and brings him to ground. Good bootlace tackle there. A great demonstration there for younger players. What's he ruled here? Incorrect play of the ball. You haven't stood square. And he's penalised Barcaldine, so Longreach with a chance here. 20 metres out, Garrity with a quick tap. Barcaldine offside. And Garrity's held up about 10 metres. Wouldn't be 10 metres out from the Barcaldine line. 12 metres, sorry.
Wouldn't be the most popular decision Joe ever made in the Barky.
Oh, what's happened there? Longreach thrown at the back door. No one wants it. Oh, bad play there.
Hospital tackle, that one.
This is where their opportunity was to throw the ball around, throw it sideways, look for gaps. And Alistair Warren says, "I'll show you where it is." He hasn't stopped trying this way. Kept Longreach in touch all the way through this game, and good tackle there by Danny Arthur. Up that ball and all the way it goes to Ben Ross, looks for runners. Picks up Jackson on the inside, back it comes to Warren. Out wide the Ned, Ned Easton's gone without it. Picked up by Daniel O'Donnell, down the middle goes the big fella. Bumps out a 1 or 2. Gets it over the 20-metre
National
mark.
Rugby League preliminary final from Sydney.
They count us down the crowd.
Against the Newcastle Knights.
Longreach there, still with it all, still in desperation. Good defence there by Cuff. He's tried hard too, the little hooker. Away it goes, Liam Wilson, dummy half, gains a few more metres. And driven in good defence there. There was Cuff again, the little hooker from Longreach. Great work there. Across it comes from Power. Power looks for runners and finds Odell. Lyle Wilson was. Back it comes to Kerrigan, down the middle goes Kerrigan. A couple more metres there. He's wrapped up by Kempson and co. And Garrity too it is. Back it comes now from Power, gives it to Peter White, said we'll play this game down the other end. And it's been a good kick and duel here throughout this game. Longreach tried everything with their kicks, and Barcaldine have been equal with their matching kicks to the far end of the field. Longreach down their own 20, bring it out through Alistair Warren, who hasn't stopped trying. He's still going, this lad, wrapped up in the middle of the field. We'll never know where he's not trying, this lad. He's had a big game, Alistair Warren. Out wide it comes now to Garrity, who spots an opening, tries to go around the outside, gets a pass back in the inside to his winger, throws a big pass in the inside, where's it go to? No one, it goes to Dennis Williams, who comes up with it. He goes down the centre, he looks for support, he's got Jackson, but the defence is equal there and wrap him up. He bounces under 1 or 2, the Jacko, and takes the tackle.
They've got to hang on to this ball and make the most of it.
Longreach's got to hold this ball, as Vic says. Spin it wide again, they go across the open side, head for the crowd in the outside of the ground. Picked up Kevy Farr, and he's taken a good tackle underneath, great bootlace tackle. Finished off over the top by Wyatt. Away goes Benny Ross, little kick there it is, he got chases, he got Kevy Farr on the ball. It'll go dead bullet. It's fair on touch about a metre out, less than a metre out.
There'll be a big push on here. Better get down there and give him a hand in the scrum, Kev.
And away goes the halfback for Barcaldine and Horston. slips a pass out to Lyle Balls, and will the legend retire? The big question hangs over his head. In the last minutes of this 2000 grand final, and Peter Wyatt, probably equally the man of the match at the moment. Had a good game alongside of Alistair Warren, the Longreach fullback. Big game from him. And we see the Longreach defence here wrap up the Barcaldine, Ballrun and Wyatt. It was, Anthony Speller. By goes Kerrigan down the middle. Uses those big legs and pumps forward. But he's set up onto the Longreach defence. They wrap him up about 40 out from his own line. Wyatt comes now to the fullback Scott. He said, I can even kick the ball as well, and he drives it into touch. As Raymond Scott's had a good game in the second half. A big game from the fullback. A young player, but truly a lot ahead.
Looking Sam Goannas out here in the trailer too, looking on at the game.
Yeah, he's should have some lights hanging around his neck, mate. One of those things we see Longreach now with downtown kick. Well, this go Mickey Head. One of their better defenders is the Cuffy hooker. Back it comes now to Peter Wyatt. Down the middle he goes, and he's set upon by the Longreach defence. He's called hell. Out wide now goes to Lyle Balls, and down the middle he goes. Bumps out at 1 or 2, still going. Drives through the centre of the ruck there. And he stops and looks and says, what am I doing here? And he put the ground. Good defence for Longreach. 20 minutes to go. Plays the ball back here. Back it comes now. To Johnny Power, puts it downtown there. He drives it down. And Alistair said, I've been doing this all night. He takes the ball back in his own 20 there and runs it back down the centre of the ruck. Still going, Alistair Warren.
Minute to go.
A minute to go in the 2000 final. And 30 points to 18 it is. What a seesawing game we've seen. And Longreach in desperation come down the middle. Still keeping it alive. They haven't given up yet. Crossfield now it comes. Can't pick the player. Ross it is. He's probably been one of Longreach's better players as well. Had a good game. Young player, as we said, but he'll learn from this experience. Away go alongside Grayson.
Big hit.
Great tackle there on Garrity it was. And he'll play the ball back. Robson and Garrity have combined well on Mike for Longreach too. We'll see the ball come back now to Dennis Williams. I can't really pick him. I think it might be. They work it wide now. And Longreach said, we'll kick it downtown. We've got to get down here in desperation. And McCracken goes across. What's he done? I think he lost it forward. He's lost it forward. He was facing the opposition goal line, so unfortunately that's a knock on.
Referee ruled it went.
Referee said we'll have a scrum.
Gee, we won't have much time for it.
There's the hooter. The referee says, what do we have here? Another scrum. He's blown it up. So there we see full-time whistle. And no more for the year 2000. And the Goannas have run out winners 30 points to 18.
It's been a huge grand final, and the end of another season has come and gone. So we see the Barcaldine Goannas running out 30 points to 18 winners over Longreach Thompson Tigers. Don't the atmosphere here tonight, Kevin. Just been electric all round.
Small. That game was very entertaining. I guess it was.
Keep that one in this part. Turn around. Turn around. So that's
We got him.
Gunner, boys. Thanks very much.
Coins in her and dollars.
Eat the whole tub, boys.
Dusty lights on the hill. What about all?
Piece of shit. He's got a flock.
Look out. Look out.
Drag up, Muppet.
He's got a bottle of champagne.